Welcome to the channel. Today I'll be sharing with you my go-to recipe for any German fruit cake. When I lived in Germany, I used to enjoy an Apfelkuchen, rhubarb, the easiest way they're done. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. I've done this recipe so many times and everybody loves it. If you want to replace rhubarb with apple or with strawberries or mix them, it's really up to you, but the basic recipe is this one, and I've got a twist at the end and I'll show you what it is. So let's see how it's done. It's done in 3 layers. It's got 3 different textures. Let's see how they are all done. First, we start by preparing the fruits. We chop the fruits, we add a bit of sugar and lemon juice, and in my case here I've added even a couple of tablespoons of raspberry jam. You don't have to, but it's always good to have the fruits mixed with the sugar so they render their juices and you know what you are going to be dealing with. A rhubarb obviously needs more sugar, so you adjust your flavors accordingly. I'm starting with the base, and the base is first with soft butter, beaten with sugar and vanilla and salt, and you beat it until fluffy. You can prepare your tins ready ahead of time, butter them, cover them with baking paper. So they are on the side. So I've got one here, 25 centimeter. I'll be needing 2 eggs. Once the butter and the sugar will be all creamed, I'll be adding the eggs, the lemon zest. I'm adding ginger, but you don't have to. 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. And here, that's for the topping, for the crumble. It's brown sugar, butter, a bit of marzipan, and later flour when I mix it. You don't have to put the marzipan, but it's really a version of this cake that I've had in Germany, and I really love that sort of crumble. So let's get started with the beating bit. That's the longest you really have to do. The rest is as easy as 1, 2, 3. You could add a couple of tablespoons of milk to the mix, but in my case I'll be adding the juice from the rhubarb if I really need that. You can do that with a manual whisk if you've got really some stamina, but I'm going to be doing it only with my egg beater. So I'm just beating those two first ingredient, and then I'll add the egg one by one. I'm actually just beating one side then the other, even though I added the two. Obviously, you have to make sure that you bring the whole size in the middle, and then we add the sugar, the baking powder and the flour. I just need a bit of zest, but you don't really have to add the zest either. Once you add the flour, you don't need to mix anymore. If you want to add a couple of tablespoons, like I mentioned, of liquid, you can add them at that stage. It's all about now. It's all about spreading this mix on the baking tin, and you can just spread it all the way to the edges. You don't have to kill yourself doing it properly, because in the end it's going to be all melted and you will come together at some point. All what there is to it is when you add the fruit, make sure they don't touch the sides, otherwise it'll be difficult to remove the cake. That's all what you need to be to look after. And as you see, I'm trying to put the whole lot in there. I'm not leaving anything in the bowl. Then you spread the fruits. You can even double the quantity of these fruits if you want it really fruity and juicy. And here I'm just mixing my crumble with my hands. That's the marzipan, the sugar, and the butter. If you want to add salt and flavorings, feel free to do that. And once I add the flour, I'm just gonna again carry on with my hands, and I will be spreading the mix in small nuggets over the fruit. But I'm sure everybody knows how to do that. In the meantime, I'm preheating my fan oven at 160, 170 degrees Celsius, and I'll be putting this cake in the center, and it should bake between 35 to 40 minutes, sometimes 45, and it will be ready. And how to use the rhubarb? Very simple. We get rid of the leaf because it's quite toxic, and then we try not to really remove the skin of the rhubarb stalks, because they really give a lovely color. And I'm just showing here how you can handle a rhubarb stalk. I actually didn't know what the rhubarb was until I lived in Germany, to be honest. We don't have that in Morocco. and I found it really nice with raspberries or strawberries. It really brings the flavor. That's the cake baked and cooled, and I'm just decorating it with some icing sugar. And I hope you try it. Let me know what you think, because I really feel like this is a keeper. This is a recipe that everyone loves, and I hope you like it too. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos.